Thank you. Let's dive into the class properly. So you have to go to your Instagram page and choose the post you want to run ad on. Ensure that it is showing boost posts. Okay, and click on boost posts. If your post is not showing boost posts like mine, ensure that you are using the professional accounts, which is creator account or business account. Once you ensure that you are turned on to any of those accounts, then it will show boost posts. For some reels, they don't show boost posts. You can come here, click on these three lines, and it will show you boost reel. Okay, then if you're using a post which is not a reel, boost post will definitely show. If boost post doesn't show, it means the quality of that post is low or you have overused hashtags. Although there are other reasons, but these two reasons are the main reason. Now let's dive into the sponsored ads. Click on boost post. When you click on boost post, it brings you here. If it doesn't bring you here, it means that your account is probably restricted and you need to work on the restriction. If you want to resolve any of those restrictions, please reach out to me. I have other courses that cover that. So let's talk about some of these goals. Profile visit. The aim is for people to see your ads and be prompted to visit your profile. And the goal of that profile visit is followers. So if you're aiming to get followers on Instagram, okay, use the profile visit goal. Again, if your aim is to gain new followers, use the profile visit goal. Okay, now let's look at more website visits. More website visits means it doesn't have to be an actual website. It could be a link to your WhatsApp account that if you don't have a business WhatsApp, or it could be a link to your store, could be a link to a registration, Google form, it could be anything. So what I have here is a link to my compiled portfolios. Okay, so ensure that you put the link here and you can choose whatever call to action. Now the call to action depends on what the link is about. For instance, if you are advertising an event and you want people to register for that event, go ahead and use the learn more. If it is your store link, use shop now. If it is a video, for instance, maybe a YouTube video link, put watch now. If you want people to call you from that, maybe you want them to fill a form so that you can call them or something, use contact now. If you are booking for event, you're taking booking for event services, whatever it is, use book now. If you want people to sign up for an event, sign up for a course, use sign up now. Okay, so for this particular link, I just want people to learn more, so I'm going to choose learn more. Okay, and I'm going to click on done. Now let's look at more messages and the goals of more messages. The goal of more messages is that when people see your ad, they are prompted to send you a message. Now you can see that just below chat with people interested in your business, you would see that Instagram at Temi Agile, which is Instagram at my username, and that's the call to action. So you also need to know that you can also use your WhatsApp to get message from Instagram. So what you want to do if you don't want to choose your Instagram is to click on edit and you choose WhatsApp. I don't have a WhatsApp account connected to this Instagram page. That's why it says add WhatsApp business. Okay, so if you want to add a WhatsApp business, just click on add WhatsApp business and choose the number you want to add. Just choose the number or write the number here or choose whichever. Then you click on send code. It says to direct people to WhatsApp from Instagram, you need to add a WhatsApp business account. So this particular number does is not a WhatsApp business number, so it's not going to go through. So what does that tell you? It tells you that you must have a WhatsApp business number to use this option. Okay, so now the call to action is almost similar to that of the one we saw in the website traffic objective or goal. Okay, if you say send message, that means you want them to send message. If you say contact us, they will still send you message. If you say learn more, they will still send you message. Book now, everything here still boils down to sending of message. So I would say just choose send message call to action. Okay, again, I'm going to reiterate the reason you are seeing just Instagram as objective here is because I do not have a WhatsApp business account. If I want to direct the message to my WhatsApp, then I'll have to input a WhatsApp business number. So for the purpose of this ad, we are going to go for more messaging. Now, the primary objective of the more messaging may be for people to send you message. However, if you are looking at conversion, if you are looking at people to pay you immediately for a particular product, especially if you are advertising a specific product or collection, use more messaging. Because once they see the ad, the system prompts them to send you a message, and the first message they will send to you will mostly be that they want to buy or they want to know price. It's very advisable to add your prices to your caption to reduce some of these inquiries. Again, if you're looking at getting followers, go for more profile visits. If you're looking at web traffic, like you want to collect new contacts, you want people to fill a Google form, you want them to visit your store or even visit your website itself, go ahead to use the more website visits. Okay, but if you want people to send you a message and you are looking at conversion, conversion means sales, lead generation, go ahead and do that. Now, one more thing for the profile visit, apart from people following you, they would also get to engage with your other posts. Okay, check your profile, look at what other things you do. And this profile visit, apart from using it for followers, it is also used for awareness. If your page is quite new and you want people to get familiar with your page, use more profile visits. Okay, so let's go to the next part. Now, many of you settle for automatic audience, which is actually not bad, but it's not professionally advisable. I'm going to tell you what you're going to do if you are looking at converting, if you're looking at generating quality lead and making money. So you're going to create your own audience. You click on create your own audience and you can name the audience. The audience name doesn't have any effects on your advert. So just name it whatever you know you can remember so that you can always come back and retarget. So let's call this thing is let's call this Instagram ad class. Okay, now let's look at location. If you are my follower, you would already know how much I preach on top locations in Nigeria. That's if you are targeting the Nigeria space. I say it every day and I'll keep saying it. Now, there are 7 top locations you can target if you're looking at conversion. Okay, and that location is 1, Lagos. Now, it's going to show you Lagos, Nigeria, which is city. Don't use city. If you use city, then it's going to be limited. Okay, so just type Lagos State and it's going to bring region. Ensure that you're choosing the region. This is number 1 top state. The second one is Abuja. So you can either go for Federal Capital Territory or you go for Abuja, whichever you want. But we already know that the people who are the happening people are in Abuja. Okay, so because Abuja may not capture other places like Asokoro, Maitama, and all of that, then maybe you want to go for the region. Okay. The third one is Port Harcourt. So we're not targeting Rivers, we are targeting just Port Harcourt. And the next one is Ibadan. We're not targeting Oyo, we are targeting Ibadan. So if you're also looking at other places in Oyo, maybe Akobo and all of that, I would say, okay, you can use Oyo. Okay. But if you're looking at primary conversion without your advert running to people you don't want it to run to, choose Ibadan. Now, the next one is Enugu. For Enugu, you can choose either the city or the region, but the region is very, very advisable. The next one is Delta Warri, Delta State, Nigeria. And the next one is Bini. Now, for Bini, depending on whether you want it to extend beyond Bini, Auchi, and all of those places, you can either choose Edo or Bini. Okay, whichever you decide to choose, both are good to go. So we're going to choose Benin. Now you look at this 7 states, they are the top performing states. These states are the surest, so to say. Now, other locations you can target depending on what you do, or depending on what you sell or what service you offer. Again, the reasons these states are really, really high performing is because logistics company go down there for people who sell products. Okay, if you're selling service, if you're offering service, I mean to say, then you may target other places like Calabar, can target places like Akure, can target places like Ekiti, can target Oshogbo. Oshogbo also is one of the top performing states. Okay, Oshogbo, you can target Ogun, very, very important. In fact, Ogun is a part of the 7 states. Ogun is very, very important as well. Okay, so already we are looking at about we are looking at already 10 or 9 well performing states for anybody who wants to run ads that converts. Okay, so how many states have you chosen so far in Nigeria? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I hope I don't need to stress that. Do not ever choose just Nigeria as your target audience. Don't make that mistake. And that's the mistake many people make, and they could run to me and say, I'm not making sales. And I say, why are you targeting? You say you're targeting the whole country. The country is large. Imagine your ad showing in Meduguri where they don't even need your service or product. Wasting of money. Okay. So Benin, Calabar, another place you can target would be Uyo. Okay, so look at the states very well. Considering all of those things I've said earlier, it would help you to to target your audience. Now I'm going to reiterate on the top performing states again: Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, Ibadan, Enugu, Delta, Benin, Oshogbo, Ogun. Very, very important. Every other ones, apart from these ones I mentioned, are secondary. Okay, then you can click. So you can see the estimated audience. That's great. Click on done. Now, many of you still go ahead to start choosing interest. Don't choose interest. If you choose interest, is limiting. The system has been built in a way that when you are setting up your account, you don't need to choose interest. Before you have to choose interest to run your ad and to get quality leads. But now you don't have to anymore. Just go ahead and choose the targeting expansion. The targeting expansion allow you to take your ad to different places. We're going to talk about that later. Let's talk about age and gender now. Again, don't choose interest. Don't choose interest except that you want to, say for instance, you want to target just a very few people, maybe a set of professionals. Maybe you just want to target social media managers. Very good. If you're targeting all the social media managers, for instance, then go ahead and pick interest. Anything you know that any social media manager would like. Same goes to if you're targeting just doctors, go ahead and look for things you know doctors would mostly do online or they would like. Same goes to any other specific profession you are targeting. Okay, now let's go to age and gender. For age and gender, you need to understand your audience. You want to ask yourself this question: this thing I'm selling, this product I'm selling, this service I am rendering, who can afford it? Can an 18-year-old person afford it? Go ahead and choose 18. Again, the reason we are saying 18 as a last age or maybe as a first age is because we are using the messaging targeting. If we are using profile visits, for instance, it will stretch to 13 years old. Okay, so let's come back here. You will ask that question: can an 18-year-old afford this product or this service? If it is yes, start from 18. If it is no, then ensure that you already understand who your target audience are. Are they from 21? Are they from 28? Are they from 25? Are they from 30? Are they from 35? You need to understand that. Very, very important. Now, is it very advisable to say 18 to 65? You need to ask yourself, will a 65-year-old need this product? A 65-year-old is most likely going to afford anything, okay? But you have to ask, do they need this? Imagine you're selling lingerie, for instance. I'm very sure it's a normal Nigerian, 65 Nigerian individual would not want to wear lingerie. So you may want to then bring your age down a bit to say 35 or 40. The moment you've identified your audience, this is what you're going to do. Once you identify your audience, ensure that you are adding an extra 5 years to that, because a 35-year-old person, we have other people who are 36, 37, 38, and going to 40. So if your age range is 18 to 35, stretch it to 40. If your age range is 25 to 45, stretch it to 50. Okay, so let's let's choose an audience of 25. So let's say the people who can afford this product or who need it most are mostly 25. Or these days, 23-year-old can even afford anything a 25-year-old can afford. So let's say maybe 23 or even 18-year-old. But again, you need to also understand who your audience are. And let's say the people who are likely to need your products are 23 to 35. Please note that this age range, particular one, may not apply to your own business. Like I said, understand who your audience are, understand them, okay? Know who they are already and target their age range. Then, once you identify it, add an extra 5 years to it. So, we are going to do this 23 to 40. Now, except that you are a women only or men only community. This is community members. Do not target one gender. Don't do that. But if you are selling a product or you are rendering a service, target both genders. Target both genders, because as a lady, if I come across a product for men and I like it, I could share it with my partner. As a male, you come across if you come across a product or service that will be useful to your partner, you share it to them. So do not limit your ad to just one gender, except that you are a community who is very gender specific. Do not settle for just one gender. Okay, so you can see the estimate. The estimate reduced from the 7 million to 9 million to 5 million now. This is because our age range has reduced. Click on done. Targeting expansion. If you have your targeting expansion here, your ad is going to stretch to different people. Remember that you didn't choose interest. This is for the the part at which you know you don't want interest. Remember what I said earlier about interest. If you know you don't want interest, choose the targeting expansion. Now I am going to educate you on the phases of ads. If you're running an ad, the first 3 days of an ad, from that moment that ad has been has been reviewed and approved and it is active up to the next 72 hours, that ad is going to face testing phase. Now, the testing phase means that your ad is going to stretch to people who are 23 and 40 years old living in these locations we've chosen. Some people may like, oh, why can't I just choose interest to limit them? You don't know who is who. You don't know who is who. So, except again that for the reason I said earlier for the interest, do not limit yourself to interest. Now, let's come back to targeting expansion. Those 3 days, it is called testing phase. That's why you cannot successfully run a 24-hour ad. If you say, oh, let me run this ad for I'm sorry, let me run this ad for 24 hours, let me see if it's going to generate. It may not generate, but you can be lucky, it can generate, depending on how the algorithm favors you. But in the instance where the algorithm doesn't favor you, you cannot, in fact, it is not professionally advisable whether the algorithm favors you or not. Now you see that first 3 days, it tests your ad, it takes your ad to different places. Within that 3 days, a set of people must have seen that ad, right? And if you come across an ad, for instance, you have a need as a social media manager, one of my needs would be that there's a tech event. That tech event, I'll be highly interested in that event. So when I come across that event, I'm likely going to read through that post or even go ahead and sign up. That is a quality action I've performed. If it is somebody who sells hair products or sell anything, or maybe you're rendering other services, you may not find that useful. So what you're going to do is just to go back. You're just going to scroll and leave the ad. Now the system already recognized that, oh, this first person needs this thing. For them to take their time to go through that ad and even maybe like or comment or even sign up, then they would repeat that ad to that person later on. But you see that other person will just scroll past, they will never see that ad again. But I know sometimes you might have seen some ad you're not interested in twice. The system sometimes still does that because they believe that you might probably be distracted or something. So those 3 days, they do those testing. After that testing, then your ad keeps showing. It keeps showing to people who have performed quality actions. Now, for any ad you want to run, let's talk about the duration. Let's go to the next part. Do not forget what I said about target expansion, just to reach so many people. Okay, let's go to the next part. You have chosen your target audience. Next, your budget and duration. Your budget and duration is as important as your ad goal and your target audience. If you want to have a very good ad result, we usually say look at an estimate reach of a minimum of 10,000. Let's say, oh, you don't have so much. Oh, I don't have so much. I don't have so much. Let me just go for the minimum. This is a good minimum. This is a very great minimum. However, if you have the money, you can go for a minimum of about 100K reach. Now, the rule of marketing is the more people you target, the more you convert. If you target 100,000, if your ad reach 100,000 people, the possibility that 100 people would react or would like the post, share the post, save or something is very high. And the probability that 10 people will end up paying for that service, not just 10, at least 10 people will end up paying for that service is very high. So the rule is the more people you target, the more the more you convert. And advert budget is like investment. The more your investment, the more the return of the investment. Okay. So if you are looking at a very good start, like I want this ad to have great reach and you want it to have great conversion, go for the minimum of 100,000 reach. This is showing 19 over 15,000. Awesome. Again, this fluctuates from time to time, but this knowledge I'm giving to you right now would guide you when Instagram changes their algorithm. Okay, now let's talk about duration. For a first time advert, like you're just scheduling this advert for the first time, I usually advise 7 days. 7 days and nothing less. 7 days and nothing less. 7 days and nothing less. I'm saying that over and over again. Even if you're just spending the lowest amount, 7 days and nothing less. Do not forget what I said earlier about the testing phase. 3 days for the testing phase. They allow the system to do the more 4 days for you. And then at the end of that 7 days, you go back to that advert. I'm going to show you how to also check your analytics at the end of the day. You go back to that advert and you're going to see if the advert is converting. You check the number of shares. Sometimes because you don't get so many messages or because you don't make sales at the moment doesn't mean your ad is not performing. That's why you need to check your analytics. You will understand if 100 people, 100 is even too much. Well, 100 is small depending on the budget you decide to go with. Depending on the budget, that's why I said 100 is too small or too much. Depending on the budget you go with. Let's say, for instance, about 10 people save the advert. Like they clicked on the save icon and another 20 people shared it. And then maybe 1,000 people liked it. And then you got like 20 comments. And you got maybe like 10 sales and you're looking at maybe 100 sales. I'm telling you that particular advert can be better. Don't say, I don't like that advert. That's why spending so much money. Don't do that. Don't say that. What you want to do is look at that thing. Oh, I got so many saves, I got many shares, I got comments, I got likes. Then this is a good advert. Then what you want to do is probably to increase your budget so that you can reach more people. But if you can see that at the end of the 7 days, you barely add any saves, you barely add any shares, barely add any comments, you barely add any likes, you need to look at your media. What kind of media? What kind of post did I schedule? Is my call to action straightforward? Is there a problem with the link I provided? If I'm using the website traffic, is there something wrong somewhere? Do I want to increase my age range and or reduce the age range? Do I want to increase my budget? Do I want to add more? Do I want to add more locations? These are the things you're going to look at depending on the analytics. Okay, but for me, I usually just click on run until the ad pause. For a second time advert, for a first time advert, I want to put 7 days untouchable. I want to do it for 7 days untouchable. Then for the second advert, that is after the first 7 days, I saw that there were many sales, many shares, many comments, many likes. Then you can try to then run to say, okay, I want to run an extra 24 hours. I want to run an extra 48 hours. I want to run an extra 3 days, extra 4 days. In fact, I want to go for the next 1 month. I want to go for the next 6 months. I want to go for the next 1 year. Then you can click on run the advert until I pause it. Sometimes your messages can even be overwhelming and you just want to click on run advert until I pause it so that when you go to that advert and pause it, you can easily come back to it and resume it when you want to start receiving messages again, or maybe when you want to start rendering that service or selling that product again. Okay, so let's click on next. Your ad review. So it gives you a review of what you've done so far. You see, our ad goal is more messages to Temi Ajao at Temi Ajao. Call to action is send message. Audience, at it. Budget, we chose 7 days. Why is it showing 6 days? So let's go back and adjust. This happens a lot, so that's why they give you that preview to see 7 days, add method, and blah blah blah. Okay, and what you want to do is click on boost post. So ensure that you have enough money in the ad. You can see that you've already been given your estimate of VAT. I'll still say you should add this amount they want you to add, which is 32,000 naira. No, I would say add about 35,000 naira to the ad account. I don't have any ad. I don't have any money in this ad account. So if you click on boost post, it will still tell me to add fonts. Okay, so to learn how to create a prepared ad account, I also have a separate class for that. Do let me know, reach out and make that happen for you. So once you click on boost posts, your posts tells you that nice work, your ad is under review, and the review could take up from that moment to the next 24 hours. Usually it's, if your ad account doesn't have any problem, if you have enough money, your ad starts within an hour. But if it doesn't start within an hour, don't fret, it's fine. But anything more than 24 hours, that means something is wrong with your ad account, so you need to go back to go and check your ad account. Okay, I hope you do find this useful. Again, do not forget to reach out to me on my Instagram page at temi_ajao for questions and any clarification. And in the case at which Instagram changes their processes, I believe everything I've said so far would guide you. So do share your feedback and let me know how your ad performs. Welcome back. I said during the class earlier that I was going to show you how your ad is performing after running the advert. So this is how you check how your ad is performing from time to time. So what you want to do is to go to that post you've posted. Now, we did not post this post earlier, remember, because I do not have fund in that account. But I'm going to use this particular one which I have run adverts on before. So what you will do is to come here and click on view insights. In case view insights is not showing here, just go ahead and click on these three lines and click on insights. Now look at this advert. This advert has 23,000 plays. That is 23,000 people watch this advert. Only 700 liked it. Imagine 23,000 people watching it, but only 700 liked it. 54 people commented and 14 people shared. 31 people saved it. Now, this is a very good advert. Not very good, but it's not bad at all. It means that this advert, I can resume it later whenever I want to. In fact, when I was running this ad, I had over 100 messages. I was able to convert over 20 sales. In fact, after stopping the ad, I had more people still coming in that I don't know if they came from this ad or not. But you need to know that if 31 people save this post, that means 31 people are willing to come back to that post to come and engage. You're offering tutorial from, for instance, either they are coming back to come and learn that you are sharing, or if you are selling product or you're offering service, that they are then coming back to come and patronize you. Okay, so look at 21,000 reach for this particular advert. That means this advert, because I already made the post before running the ad. Okay, so let me also talk about your post. You can run, whether you just make the post now or you made the post many weeks or many days ago, you can run advert on it. Okay, so it's not showing the messaging conversation started, but I had over 100. And look at it, likes, and this is just okay. I spent 44,000 naira. Now this advert was done from June 2023 down to December, and I'll probably still continue in 2024 this year. So you can see my daily budget as of that time was 3,000 naira, because the dollar rate also affects Instagram budgets. That's why the price I suggested is quite different from what you're seeing right here. How to check your analytics. Okay, I do hope this is very useful to you. If you have any questions after watching this video, please reach out to me at temi_ajao on Instagram. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Thank you very much.